Good afternoon, welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View, the Celtic AGM. This is now going to pick up speed because it has been around October for over 10 years now that Celtic have released the date for the AGM. The AGM used to be a case and date for Celtic fans to be able to ask people that had bought shares, and there's a lot of people that had bought shares over Celtic over the year. It got to the stage where it was just theatre, and I think it is just theatre. The AGM ignores big questions, it brushes aside big questions, it turns over the years, it's turned and laughed and made jokes about other clubs. And will this stop people going to the AGM? Will this stop people even wanting to participate in the AGM, have the board won altogether? There has been a request by the Celtic Trust. Now, the Celtic Trust are an organisation that won't change at Celtic, and over the years they have made for a push to try and get certain questions asked within the AGM at Celtic. I'll just get rid of that, so I apologise. They do have an urgent request for shareholders for action at the 2025 Celtic AGM. The Celtic AGM will be held in person in November. A date is yet to be announced. I'm going to stay into this because I'm going to show you the exact dates when it was announced. And this is information that you can get on the Celtic website. We've been advised that we need to submit the necessary forms by Tuesday the 21st. Well, that is passed, which means that as we sit on Monday the 27th of October, today, the announcement will be imminent. If it's not, if it goes into November, it'll be like the 2020 season. And there's a lot of things going on just now at Celtic, which is a bit like the 2020 season. It means there's now an urgency of getting shareholder signatures that we require to ensure that 2 resolutions will appear on the AGM agenda, the notice which will be going out very soon. Effectively, if we need these forms returned by Monday morning, the 20th of the 10th, well, that's passed, that was over a week ago now. And so if you hold ordinary shares for Celtic PLC, please go to the following page where you'll find links to both resolutions. Now, when will the Celtic AGM be? Well, you go to the Celtic website and you can click on this bit here that says the Celtic AGM. Now, the interesting one, we'll go to 2024 because you can click on the notice of the meetings. And this is what's of interest to us, because when you go down here, you can see that on the 14th of October 2024 was the date that the AGM was announced. Now, you're going to say, big deal. What is the big deal? Well, over the years, the AGM has been announced around about this time. If we go to 2023, the notice of the AGM again, scroll down, and it was released on the 17th of October. They give you around about a month's notice. As we sit here on the 27th, it's still not been called. What are Celtic playing at? Why is there a delay this year? There's a lot of rumours flying about potential board changes. Could that be something that's holding things up? Is it the case that they're waiting and that there's an ongoing issue within Celtic Park, a power struggle that they're trying to rectify before the AGM? Could you imagine the AGM? It's going to be fantastic, really, when you've got Brendan. And are they trying to get rid of Brendan Rodgers before the AGM? That's my question to you this morning, Celtic fans, is do you think that the Celtic board are hoping that Brendan Rodgers maybe steps down? Brendan Rodgers won't step down though, will he? Is he giving the board a call to arms by saying there's 29 games still to go? If you want change, make it now. If you want to save your season and save your next, change it now. But I mean, that one was called, but when we go to the 2021, now this is the one where is obviously there is a resemblance to this year. When we go to the 2021 first, just to show that there is some continuity. Oh, it's not got that one. Oh, it's got the London Stock Exchange. Interesting that it's going straight to the stock exchange one. But if you go to the 2020 is there, and you go to that's the results of the notice of the meeting. I clicked on the wrong one. Notice of the meeting in 2020. That was obviously COVID season, and you'll see that was released on the 12th of November. And it wasn't a great season for us that season, was it? It wasn't a great season at all. And there lies the similarities, due to the fact that the AGM seems to be called late this season also. Let's just hope that the power struggle that is going on at Celtic and the power struggle that is going on within the club at the moment can be rectified before. I mean, you can go all the way back to 2011 and you go for the notice of the meetings and meeting notes. If I just scroll here so that I can get that. Even back in 2011, the notice of the meeting was put out on the 9th of September. It was even earlier. It's going to be a difficult few weeks for the Celtic PLC and the annual general meeting, the board, the fans. It's going to be an interesting week for Celtic because, let's face it, there's a lot going on at Celtic that we never thought that we would see ourselves within this season. What's your hope for the AGM? Will you be going to the AGM? If you're going to the AGM and you do have shares in Celtic, tell us what you would like the board to tell you during the current AGM, because I think that there's going to be change at the club. Fans definitely want change at the club. Will change happen before the AGM at boardroom level? I highly doubt it. Will there be any change in managerial level before the AGM? I've got a sneaky feeling that the board might be hanging off for that type of thing. When it comes to the game on Wednesday, I did say this morning that I thought that Brendan Rodgers has one last thing that he needs to do. And could he eat humble pie? If you haven't seen that video, check that out. It will be up on this side of the screen up here. And I also gave the team that I thought may be the best team for us on Wednesday also, because it's another must-win game. This is my team for Wednesday. I think that Sinisalo should start. I don't think that even though Schmeichel did do a lot of good at the game of the weekend, I just think that we need to freshen things up and play things out quicker from the back. I think that Tierney, Scales, Trusty and Ralston should start because they're the most experienced players. And when it comes down to it, we are in a bad way. And we need that little bit of oomph at the back on Wednesday night just to get this one over, because the big one for me is next weekend. I think I'm dreading next weekend's game more than anything. In the midfield, I think that we should go for Bernardo, McGregor, McCown. Up front, I think it should be Tenecti, Kenny and Arne Engels, purely for the fact that Arne Engels has got a decent delivery on him. It could be the difference between Johnny Kenny getting the ball right at his feet in the middle of the goal, running into goal, and it could help us quite a lot. Tell me your thoughts on that. Tell me your thoughts on the AGM, and tell me any questions that you think that Celtic fans should be asking at the AGM. I'm going to stop.